feel like I'm having an out-of-body experience today.
Why?
I don't know. Everything just feels second person. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that it? Is that going to be it?
I don't know. You chose. Did you're having an existential crisis on camera? I don't know what you want me to do about it.
Yeah, I guess it is a bit existential. Yeah. And I shaved this morning. I looked at myself and I didn't really recognize myself.
Yeah, I was waiting till after this to shave my beard.
After the episode?
Yeah, I'll do that today.
Why?
I don't know, just because of that. Because it's always.
Oh, so then you have like a week of some type of growth?
Yeah, and it's just
It's
you
not-
feel bare and naked, you know.
I feel better.
Yeah, but I don't know. To me, I feel bare and naked.
I'm used to it.
Mm.
I'm exposing myself in front of millions.
Whoa.
Well, let's do this.
This is Tommy.
This is Jake.
This is
Tommy and Jacob's mixtape.
Hello.
I was about to ask if you were ready.
Welcome back. This is, or welcome new listeners. This is TJ's mixtape. And Tommy, that's Jacob. Good boy. We're a movie review podcast. We talk about movies, who's in them, who made them, some themes, and then arbitrary rating at the end.
You're so excited about it.
I'm kind of disappointed.
Why? Oh, in the movie?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. Well, before we get into that, let's do our little game.
Yes. At the end of each episode, we randomly generate 2 stars and connect them via co-stars, and then we do the results the following episode. So last week was who?
Melissa McCarthy to Cillian Murphy.
Yeah.
I think we might have almost the exact same connection,
You say that every time.
but I think you used In Bruges.
Nope.
You didn't?
No.
Oh, okay.
What?
Really? No. I
I didn't even tap my...
Oh, okay. Well, then I'll start with mine.
Yeah.
So I got Melissa McCarthy as an identity thief
Okay.
with Jason Bateman,
Okay.
who's in Horrible Bosses
Mm-hmm.
with Colin Farrell.
Oh. Okay.
I'm curious who you use now. Who's in Bruges or Banshees of Inisherin with Brendan Gleeson, who's in 28 Days Later. Or 28 Days Later.
Yeah, he's in the first one, yeah.
28 Days Later with Cillian Murphy.
So, I had Melissa in Identity Theft.
Okay.
Thief, excuse me, with Jason Bateman. Jason Bateman in Game Night with
Okay.
Rachel McAdams. Rachel McAdams
In Red Eye.
with Murphy.
So we started out
Similar, yeah.
I was just kind of like,
I always forget he's in 28 Days Later. I don't know why.
how he's the main character.
No, not Murphy. Gleason.
Oh, Gleeson. Yeah.
I always forget that Gleason's in that movie.
Yeah, that's fair.
Until I'm watching it, and then I remember that really heartbreaking scene. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, that's coming up. That sucks. Dude, God, I want to watch Bone Temple.
Is it still in theaters?
I don't...
I think it is.
It might be.
We can go.
God,
That would be a cool thing to see in the theaters.
God, it looks cool.
Let's do it.
It looks really
commit.
cool. And the new Dracula looks really good.
You know what doesn't look good?
What?
The Bride.
With isn't Christian Bale in that?
Yeah.
It's a weird movie for me.
It's just a weird movie. It feels like it's Creature Commandos live
Yeah, I
action.
thought it looked dope.
I mean, it looks really stylized. It's just, I don't know.
That's why, but that's the same reason with Dracula. I mean, Luke.
I haven't seen anything with Luke Besson's Dracula.
Yeah, that it looks really stylized.
I also just we just got, Del Toro's Frankenstein, and I've already kind of shared my thoughts on how much I really like that novel. But this is obviously not the novel. It's if they were still in today's, I don't know. It looks weird. I don't know. I wasn't impressed with the trailer.
Wow.
It made me roll my eyes.
He wasn't impressed. We've become those people. All right. So, if you listened to last week, we did If I Had Legs, I'd Kick You, which then kicked off me wanting to do this movie. What?
It's dried, but I apparently bit a corner of my finger off.
Oh.
Fingernail.
I got a
Cuticle,
good one. I got
whatever.
a good one from Big.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, last week, If I Had Legs, I Would Kick You. which spawned an idea of just trauma to parent motherhood.
Yeah, and this is a movie that I was really interested in watching. Never got around to it, and
I had never heard of it.
this podcast is a great reason to watch kind of weird shit.
Yeah.
So we are reviewing and talking about 2024's Nightbitch.
Mm-hmm.
For those of you that have not seen it, or like Jacob that don't know,
We're unfamiliar
with it. A mother begins to transform into a dog due to feelings of isolation and fleeting artistic identity.
Yes, yes. And honestly, that's just the movie.
Did you like it?
Not yes and no, not really. It was like I liked the message that was being represented. I felt myself really just not invested in the film a lot.
Well, because there's like, I don't know.
It felt well. Okay, so this was originally a novel, magical realism novel written by Rachel Yoder. This is her only novel she's written. She's done a lot more essays about her own personal experience with I think motherhood and like other like anxiety and depression and whatnot. And it just kind of feels like to me that this movie, it was maybe too honest of a reinterpretation of the novel, maybe, because you know how some books just don't translate well to screen.
We've had that conversation about certain mediums just need to stay in their lane.
Yeah,
because it just doesn't. And this feels like that a little bit because also it's like there's symbolism and there's symbolism.
Yeah,
and this is the latter.
Yeah,
and I don't want to say it comes off preachy, but it's like also because of the fact that we kind of turned this into an impromptu block. It's really hard to go from a really great representation of these feelings. You know, it's the Sixth Sense thing. You know, you start off with the best, and then after that, you're like, I mean, that's fine. Like,
I mean, definitely the symbolism and all the metaphorical content is kind of in your face in this, but I think this one explores it in a lot more attainable way for people. Like, If I Had Legs, I'd Kick You is a hard watch. This is an easy watch, but a boringer watch.
Yeah, but that's kind of my
But I think it gets the point across in a different way.
I don't think that it didn't pack enough punches. I also find it interesting that this is considered a body horror movie. I mean, maybe I'm just really desensitized because it didn't really.
There's one transformation scene.
Yeah, but
that's like maybe 15 seconds of screen time.
Yeah, but
body horror. Ooh.
Yeah.
15 seconds. Ah!
I don't know. We were just talking off camera, talking about the substance. I'm like, there you go. That's body horror.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about a little bit more of the backstory of it a little bit. Well, there isn't really much of a backstory. It's the novel by Rachel Yoder. It did come out. It was originally released in the Toronto International Film Festival, September 7th, and then got a limited theatrical release on December 6th. And then Hulu just released it out on the December 27th of 2024. So there's no box office or anything.
It was nice to actually be able to count a year again.
I forgot to do that. How many did you have?
Oh, 38.
Cool. I'm just going to say something.
I
might be able to just look at the last 24 that we did.
What was the last 24?
2023, 46. It's a Wonderful Life.
It looks like the last 24 was last season.
Oh, well, yeah. If I can't find it in one more turn, we're not going to worry about it.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
So, and then we got writer and director
Furiosa.
Whoa, that was a while ago.
Yeah.
That number's definitely gone up then.
Yeah, definitely.
So yeah, writer and director Marielle Heller, who also wrote and directed a movie called Diary of a Teenage Girl. That looked kind of interesting, but she doesn't have a lot of credits. And then her most notable credit outside of this, I would say, is directing A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood, which is the biopic on Mr. Rogers, played by Tom Hanks.
Well, it's also like they have a career that I'm very interested in checking out because this is their lowest rated film on IMDb. But like, Can You Ever Forgive Me sounds really interesting. A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood, I've always just been kind of morbidly curious about it.
Yeah. Didn't Tom Hanks get nominated for that?
I have no idea.
I can't remember.
I think I'm just too young, maybe?
You're a little too young for Mr. I'm on that cusp.
Yeah.
Like, I have memories of watching Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood as a kid, but it's very, very minimal.
Yeah, and then I know of him just kind of as a cultural icon.
Yeah.
You know, like he's in Casper.
Well, you know that he personally fought for PBS, like on the Supreme Court, like for public access television.
Oh, okay. No.
Like to keep public access educational television, like not charged for it, keep it available for free for everyone. Like he was a huge advocate for that, which is what his show was on. So yeah, he actually has a really cool background in like, thumbprint inside of television. Yeah, that could be a fun episode. Just deep dive on Mr. Rogers. Yeah, and then we have starring in this. I only put what?
And then that deep dive, you find out that he's in the files.
I would know he would. I know he's an ex-Marine. He's definitely killed people. He fought in Vietnam War as a Marine. He's seen some shit.
That is a weird thought.
Won't you be my neighbor?
In that neighborhood, the trees speak. He just goes, like,
he's having an episode. Turn off the cameras.
He's blacking out. Anyways.
All right. So starring in this, I only put mother and husband as people because everyone else, there is other people, not super big name people.
One of the moms looked really familiar with me.
Mary Holland, the one with the long face and the big forehead.
No, she didn't look familiar.
Really?
Mm-mm.
Oh,
who am I
was
thinking?
it Zoe Chow?
Yeah, Zoe Chow, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, Zoe Chow. I meant to look her up, but I didn't. Anyway, so yeah, our stars.
So yeah, leading lady Amy Adams. Wonderful performance from her in this. That's kind of the draw, if anything, to watch this movie. Like specifically, is her performance. Nominated for a Golden Globe with it. She plays mother. I didn't realize that the family didn't have names.
Yeah, which is cool.
Until looking it up, I was like, oh shit. Probably most well known for being in Enchanted, and Talladega Nights. She was in The Fighter with Wahlberg and Christian Bale.
Arrival, which we were talking about the other day.
Yep.
Contact 2.0.
And then I got Scoot McNairy, who plays husband. He's a voice of King Lizard in Invincible. And I was wondering why I recognized him, because we watched that movie Speak No Evil, and he's the husband in that.
That's what it is.
Yep.
Man, what a cool movie that was.
Yeah, that was an interesting one.
Yeah. Just him. Hey, you watch it for...
James McAvoy.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's scary.
He's so scary.
It's so weird. Side tangent for James McAvoy. Interesting how he went from kind of like, a thinner, like Xavier, Professor Xavier.
I think back to like Penelope.
I've never seen that.
Oh yeah, this kind of diamond in the rough, like kind of cutie, but like I don't know.
And then like fucking put on 35 pounds for Split and just
it just became this like
what the hell?
Yeah, he's had an interesting career. For what was that other? Is that the one? There's the one where he plays a real piece of shit cop in like Scotland.
Oh, I don't know.
Anyways.
Yeah, I just have them. There is the child who's played by a set of twins. Our main characters really in this is mother, husband, child, and then we have librarian,
Filth,
and then like three mothers at the book club, book club,
book babies,
yeah.
Book babies.
Yeah. All right. I guess we can just get into reviews and start getting into this a little bit more. Yeah. It's
excuse me.
Relatively middle low for scores I saw. So 5.5 on IMDb, a 60% tomato meter, and a 40% popcorn. And I think that balance is really accurate because I think 60 is really like fitting because of critics, and I think there is like a lot to good say about this film, but it is kind of, it is almost one note through it all. And then I can see just for a casual audience, they're just like, yeah, good job, baby.
Yeah, like that's how I kind of felt about it too. So Metacritic has a 56, which comes to mixed or average, with 21 positive, 30 mixed, and 2 negative. I wrote down a couple. So like up higher is a 91 by Maureen Lee Lenker at Entertainment Weekly. It is precisely honest, remarkably sardonic, and breathtakingly brave in the way that it lays bare some of women's deepest struggles and truths. But it's not a film that is anti-motherhood. It celebrates it as well, and all of its primal, animalistic, savage contradictions and complexities.
I really like that review.
I do too, because it really, there are these moments, like it kind of is almost whiplashy, but it makes sense because you're going through it with the mother character.
Mm-hmm.
But like one moment she's, and then the next she kicks back into motherhood because she's like not going to take it out on her child, so she's.
And that's one thing I think that's a big difference between this one and If I Had Legs, I'd Kick You that I liked about this one.
The positivity behind it?
Well, because If Legs, I'd Kick You is really just like the struggles of motherhood and a slow crash out.
Yeah.
This is also talking about what is a woman's identity post or like after birth, during motherhood, during marriage, and that's a big thing that's brought up with the mother in this is how that, that whole crash out scene that the husband and mother have, it was really infuriating because I'm like, this is just cute. You guys are just giving up and just not like no communication's happening.
I really checked. Well, you mean at the table?
Yeah.
When he's having the wine?
Yeah.
Yeah. I really, really checked out there on both of them.
Yeah. Because I'm like, you guys just aren't listening to it. But then we have later that growth that we see from both of them.
And then there's the final shot of them like him seeing her again.
Yes.
And then
that
okay.
actually got me.
I was like, that's pretty fucking sweet.
Yeah. And that's what this movie has. It's the identity. I don't like If I Had Legs, I'd Kick You. What? Why are you moving off the camera?
Because I'm trying not to make a bunch of noise in the microphone. So I want my coffee. I'm having a nice glass of minding my own business.
It looked like you were trying to like get my attention for something.
I was trying not to draw attention to the coffee, and it totally backfired. That's what I was trying not to do. Anyways, go ahead. I'm sorry. Didn't mean to derail you.
If I Had Legs, I'd Kick You is more about the crash out and not so much about
it's negative.
Rose Byrne's identity as it is just her. She's already lost her identity, but she already she has the job. It's like it's more convoluted. This one is like Amy Adams' character feels washed away.
Yes, but I also
brushed under the rug, forgotten.
If I Had Legs, I'd Kick You, and I respectfully disagree. It is not overly complicated once you boil it down to a hard reset.
Yeah.
Is what she needs.
Yeah.
And that's what the movie, the catharsis in that is the running into the waves, boom, hard reset. Mm-hmm. This is, she has not totally given up the struggle yet. Rose Byrne's character had kind of hit a wall, basically like, it goes Nightbitch, and then If I Had Legs, I'd Kick You. It's kind of the...
More reviews?
Yes. I had 2 mix that I thought were pretty good. So, with a 60 by Georgia Evans at Time Out, while Nightbitch accurately depicts the mundanity of motherhood, you can't help but wish it dug a little deeper into the devaluation of women once they become parents, rather than just holding a mirror.
Okay.
And I wrote that one down because I do feel like they could have punched a little bit harder. Saying that, though, I don't know what the source material is because I never read it.
Yeah.
So that becomes that's what becomes tricky about reviewing a movie that's also a book, because then you are by adapting something, you are in a sense inherently limited unless you're going to go really off script and just in name.
Yeah.
But then that's a whole different conversation.
Then it's like it's going through a lens of interpretation as well.
Yeah. Another mix with a 60 at I by Christina Newland. When Heller is metaphorically exploring the potentially horrifying physical transformation of pregnancy and postpartum life, and the personal sacrifices of identity, career, and self that women face when they become mothers, Nightbitch has a lot of smart, real things to say.
Yeah. Yeah. I think, it's like, 'cause these are like really well, like, it's interesting. These are really positive things said about a movie with a very mediocre score.
Yes, and what I really, really, really liked too is that I'm assuming just by names, a lot of women reviewed this,
Yeah.
which was good because it was kind of the opposite with If I Had Legs, I'd Kick You.
Oh, really?
A lot of men reviewed that.
Hmm.
So I was just kind of like, oh, that's interesting. I don't know why that happened. But
Well, yeah. Well, it's interesting. Also, both these movies probably wouldn't really have had much screen time if it wasn't for their leading women as well.
mm-hmm.
The popularity of Rose Byrne, how strong of an actress both Rose Byrne and Amy Adams are.
Well, yeah, and I just think that, especially with Rose Byrne, like she is a name that brings people in.
I feel Amy Adams does too, but Amy Adams brings in a different crowd.
Exactly. That's what I was about to say, and I think that's
Amy Adams brings in the enchanted.
And then at the bottom with a 25, there's no credit to it at the Boston Globe. Nightbitch is a satire that needed to be more fearless and dangerous. Instead, its bark is far worse than its bite.
Satire is kind of a weird descriptor for this, I think. Because an interesting thing is like the metaphor, it is used, and then I feel kind of forgotten, is the transformation into a dog that she's experiencing, which we can't tell is real or not. And then it literally is just kind of abandoned.
Yeah, like, yeah, I don't know. I think that's kind of what it is too. It's like, but again, we don't know the source material. But it's
that's if the source material covers, if there's more of that, then that
Well, I think they're all turning into dogs.
All the women,
all the mothers. Yeah. Do you know the strawberry scene? When they first meet the dog, she's like, "Oh, you smell like strawberries," and then they're at the book thing, and she smells the woman's hair, and she's like,
"Oh,
I think they're like guiding her. They're like guiding her through. They're all turning into dogs.
Yeah, well, some of the best scenes I thought were actually with the women, where like mother would say something kind of out of pocket, and then one of them would be like, "Yeah, I did them all admitting to killing a pet."
Oh yeah. Well, actually, this is one of those movies actually that now that it's the longer you sit with it, the kind of better it becomes. Because even when you very first meet Mother, and she runs into her friend from the city, and she has that fucking crazy rant about
the internal monologue.
Yeah, and then it cuts to, oh, this is just what she's thinking. She's not.
I loved that setup, but else then again, I thought, and then that device, I don't think was used as good as it was that first time.
I don't think it was super fine tuned, but if you think back on it, the evolution of that becomes she then starts actually saying what's on her goddamn mind, and the other people are receiving it and feeling it too. So then it starts taking away that feeling of isolation, because then she realized that she's not alone.
Well, it's like even at that very first like book babies like meeting where she makes that joke about I think maybe I heard that in this. Now I'm starting to second guess myself. Did she say something about it takes a village, but
yeah, she says basically it takes a village, but where's the village?
Yeah.
Kind of thing, paraphrasing.
Like, and then but then she finds her village, her community. As we get at the end where she's actually going on the hike with all the different mothers. And it was also like, it's interesting is that it's presented almost like all of the mothers are at the book babies are coming across like they're going to be snooty and really like judgmental, and then they actually all become all supportive of.
Well, that's the evolution thing. She's so worried about, and that's actually what
our perception.
Yeah, she's worried about how she's going to be perceived to the point where she doesn't speak her truths.
Yeah,
and then finally she starts becoming a dog, and then doesn't care anymore, and then
because she's becoming a bitch.
Yeah, the Nightbitch. I'm sorry.
I hope that's not actually the goddamn like through line for that right there.
What? What do you mean?
Oh, if you become actually becoming a bitch and saying your truth will make you blah.
Also, I just they did a good job of becoming infuriated with the husband.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, I can't imagine being a husband and a father and being this much of a lazy, useless piece of shit.
What's crazy is, okay, and this is also another thing, is that there is that trope of like the lazy father, the unaware of the what's
Kevin must die or whatever.
I've never seen that.
Oh, okay.
Oh, is that really a thing?
Kevin can go fuck himself. Yeah.
Oh, the show, the
Yeah,
sitcom.
yeah.
Kevin can go fuck himself. Yeah, I thought you were talking about. We need to talk about Kevin.
No. We need to review that.
Yeah.
Have you ever watched Kevin can go fuck himself?
I've seen like clips from it. I know it's like really surreal.
It's really surreal, and it, like on this what we're talking about, it kind of fits perfectly in there.
But like I wrote down, it's like the unaware, unhelpful yet seemingly nice father trope is kind of worn out. In my, like, it's just overdone, but it's also like, I sit there like, I want to say that, but I'm like, God, there are so many fathers that are like that.
That's the thing. It is a trope, but it's also a reality.
Yeah, because the lack of like awareness that he has of like, you know, when he's like, oh, I'll give him a bath. And you're like, oh, he's being helpful. And then he's like, hey, can you get a towel? Hey, can you get that? Hey, can you do that? Hey, can you do this? And it's just like, dude, fucking do it yourself.
And then she walks in, he's on the toilet, and she's
Yeah.
like, hey, and by the way, I do this all the time by myself without a fucking hand. So basically, like, grow up. Like,
exactly, yeah. Or like we're out of milk. Like, go fucking buy some milk.
yeah. Well, that's what I mean.
Well, you're an adult, aren't you? You know,
Well,
like, and it's like, and I don't know how many. I don't know. Maybe just a lot of my close friends that are married and have kids. Maybe I'm good. I'm friends with a lot of good dads. Maybe, you know. Because I'm like, this is just wild, and it just feels contrived to make this character this way. But at the end of it, it is contrived in a way, because he ends up having to go through this turmoil of her leaving or wanting him to leave, and for him to be like, for him to have that growth, like his growth and her growth. I wasn't expecting him to have growth like that in this movie. You know what I mean? Like, it was touching. It was really awesome.
Well, it's like, they just really, you know, even then they like, is after the milk, and then she's walking around with that water heating thing, because she's on her period.
Yeah.
And they're sitting on the couch watching TV, and he tries to have sex
Do
with
you
her.
wanna?
And you're like, no, you moron. Like,
she's on her period.
which, no, so, like,
and, well, I know people have period sex, yeah. But
yeah,
like,
but that doesn't
it's like
sound
she's
so,
like,
but she's like
in pain.
Like some people actually get like more like on their period. Like,
yeah.
You know, but not when they're holding something to their uterus because it's falling out of them.
Yeah, exactly.
The last thing they want is something to go in there, you dipshit.
And she's like, I'm in a lot of pain. It's like, well, I didn't know that. I'm like, put two and two together, you fucking...
Aren't you married?
Yeah, how long have you been with this woman? You see, and that's the thing, is that, you know, that level of unawareness of a husband who has a child that they've all clearly been together for years.
Well, like
years.
a 30-plus-year-old husband.
Yeah, it's just like, it feels unrealistic in a way.
Well, they just made him very man-child.
Yeah.
You know, which, again, is a real thing.
It is, yeah.
But just in this, it's like... But it might have... I don't know. It kind of... What am I trying to say? It feels like a trope because of the fact they're really trying to, like, really slam dunk the whole she's isolated thing.
Yeah.
But it would have been a little more interesting if he was more of a supportive, but she still had that feeling because it just wasn't, even though he was trying his goddamn hardest, it wasn't working, you know? But the fact that he's just like,
well, the resentment of going back, that dinner scene, the resentment that she's holding of like, you just let me give up on everything so easily because it's what you wanted. And you know, he's like, you can't put this on me, but she's not wrong.
But she's not right either.
Exactly.
They're and that's why that scene is so infuriating because they're both just, yeah. But again, that was kind of the point. It was
exactly.
It was supposed to get under your skin, and yeah, I did really check out on that whole thing. Her art installation was sick.
It was awesome.
It was really
cool. That entire art installation scene had me feeling a lot of emotions because it was just her using all of her friends that she had just met as this representation of powerful mothers, you know, and the complications. And I was like, we're all primal, you know, it's just like,
then also washing away the bougie artsy friends. And then, not telling them off, but you know, like
it's like,
brushing them aside.
And it's like, cause those bougie art friends are like, oh, what's the next new big thing? And it's like the best art is is a reflection of human turmoil or a human experience.
Humanity, yeah.
Yeah. And an honesty with it. And that's what that installation, that's why it was so good. It's because there was such an honest, depiction of all of it there.
What was going on with the librarian?
I don't know. She was like a mystic woman.
Yeah, like, right? She was like a spirit traveler.
That's what it felt like. Because
spirit guide.
It's like when she runs into her at the mall or whatever.
But she really just, at the end of the day, is just kind of a gaslighting bitch at this point.
I didn't give you this book. Like, yeah, you fucking did.
Why are you messing with this woman? She's having an issue.
To be like, oh no, that was
Who was that?
That wasn't a very unclear part of the movie, in my opinion, as well.
Jessica Harper. Also, I'm obsessed with her face. Really, I thought she was so fascinating looking.
Mm-hmm.
She was such an interesting looking woman.
It's her lips. It's like she has almost no top lip.
Oh, Minority Report. I knew I recognized her, but it's been a while.
And a very strong, like, cleft underneath the nose. I don't know. But, yeah. This movie, it's really interesting. It's like, I would say it's kind of a slow, hard watch to get to a very satisfying ending. Because it's also a very happy ending, too.
Well, yeah, and this movie's only like an hour and a half.
It
hour
is.
And 40.
It felt long.
It felt really long. Granted, so I got off work and watched this at like 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
So that didn't help either.
Yeah.
But I did have to pause it a lot because I found myself really not paying attention. So I pause it and go do something else for a minute just to kind of
reset.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's, I don't know why. And I think it's because there's,
it's because the mundane thing. I think it's because you're rewatching the same thing over and over and over again to give you that sense of what she's going through.
And then the frustration you start to get with the husband and just like how literally like it's like he's not a bad guy. He is trying to help, and or I shouldn't say he's attempting, but he's not realizing he's not giving it all. Mm-hmm. He doesn't realize the work that she's doing.
Yeah.
How much work she is actually putting in with the kid. And like the whole dog thing where he's just like, what's going on? She's like, he's not sleeping in the bed with me anymore. And he's going to bed on his, like, take it as a goddamn win.
Yeah.
Well,
he's like, yeah, and he's really concerned about like that. And you're like, I don't know.
Because what he's concerned about is, I don't want the weird kid that thinks he's a dog in elementary school where all the kids are going to make fun of him and call him the dog kid.
No, but like, also the thing that I found interesting, so kind of on that note, bear with me for a second. Kids are weird. So your kid sleeping in a dog bed is, I don't know. Some dog beds are really nice quality. I don't know. It's not the weirdest thing to me. Like Step Brothers, I just wanted to be a dinosaur. Like it's really not that. But then also there's that scene where she's sitting in the cafeteria and she's eating like a dog with him and everything, and everyone's looking at her like, and I'm like, I really don't think anyone. It's like the high school thing, and the kids make fun of them. And you're like, I don't think anyone would really give a shit.
I think people might be like kind of doing some side glances, but also it's like,
it's a mom and her kid having fun while they eat. Like they're playing, like you kind of get a free pass when you have a kid, especially a young kid, to be a goofball and be silly and gross, and it's like that's. Because you're trying to like meet them halfway at where their brain's at. Mm-hmm. So everyone being like, I would be like,
but that could also
be goddamn business.
That could also come from might have just been mother's perspective.
True, because she isn't like an unreliable narrator in a sense, because she is going through this turmoil.
And we are getting this like kind of back and forth of like her inner monologue versus the outside, influences and more, environment. So,
ooh, excuse me.
I mean, overall, we're having a good talk about this for a movie that we weren't really all that excited about after watching in a way.
I think that once you let it simmer a little bit,
Well, and I think it's just there is a lot being said in it, and that's why I kind of brought up that 60% tomato meter. Is yes, the critics probably saw a lot in this movie that's a lot of good things to say. Oh yeah, what was the Metacritic score again? 55?
56.
56. There is a lot of good, stuff being said in the film and a lot of symbolism that's really strong and powerful. But the movie itself, its execution just didn't fully, it felt flat. Like, which, you know, the mundaneness, sure, that you could like kind of like lean into like that's what they were going for, but there's just a lot of
well, that goes into some of the
air.
reviews that we were like
Yeah.
talking about too. It's like it just needed a little more punch
Yeah.
somewhere, but even then, it's like, where would you put that?
Because it also felt the way that it's filmed feels very almost like ABC family show type thing, you know?
When I really didn't like her little internal monologue moments that irked me for some reason.
Well, the first one was fine. And then if it was at like
No, not like her imagining.
oh
Like when she's sitting there narrating the
things,
yeah. I don't know.
Too many devices were put into there was too many devices with not a lot of clear direction on why, when, or where to use them, you know? So, and again, like the metaphor of transforming into a dog, I just felt like got so lost. Like, what was the point? Like, where is a show that was she, and that's the thing is that was she turning into a dog actually, or was that a metaphor of how she's feeling in that moment? Was she running through the streets by her, like, was she just personally running through the streets?
Just her naked.
Her naked? Yeah, exactly. Or was she...
Boobies in the wind. Like. Well, it's like, I think also, well, I think, so the other thing about the dog thing that I find interesting is she did not turn into a wolf. She turned into a dog. All the dogs, and again, I think all the other mothers were turning into a dog, were all domesticated breeds of dogs.
Yes.
Which I was like, but isn't this a retaliation and a pushback against quote unquote domestication? That's what she's feeling. Is she's feeling like she lost her wild artistic side and has been forced into a 1950s housewife domestication.
Well, her transformation into a dog, her dog was a lot more of looking like it looked like
some kind of shepherd something.
It looked like a shepherd like husky mix actually.
Yeah, it looks like some kind of
It was
to me it looked like some kind of shepherding dog, like a like with
that's fitting for her.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the other women, just like I know the primal thing. Sorry, I was interrupting you as well. I don't know.
No, it's weird to make a conversation about anti-domestication using a domesticated animal. That's what I'm getting at. You know what I mean? If she had turned into a wolf, you're like, okay, wolves, those are symbols of the wild and fierce and pack hunters, and like they have all these symbolism
Turn
to
into
it.
a possum.
Yeah, and then you have
Wolverine.
Then you have our dog who has hand knitted sweaters. You know what I mean? That's a dog.
Yeah.
So thanks, Mom. He loves that sweater.
He does. He gets a lot of compliments about it.
It gets old. Yeah. I'm old man. It's such an old man sweater. But yeah, I just thought that was a interesting, because it's like then the whole idea of them all turning into dogs. I was like, it would have been interesting if they were. Nah, never mind. I'm not even gonna finish that thought because it's rewriting the whole thing, which I don't want to do.
That's fair. One of the most, I will say, I was weirdly impressed and thinking about through most of this film, how on cue and well trained all of the dogs they had in the film were. And even the kid. The kid was like, I was a very realistic, like starting to cry when your mom was trying to put him to bed and all this. I was like, this kid's a damn good actor. Well trained kid. Well trained dogs.
Maybe they did the look who's talking in this kind of filmed and used what they could. And that what they did.
Possibly, yeah. Just like improv whatever they could.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like, hey,
right, here we go. We got it. Start rolling. Roll the kid. But I mean, dogs, obviously can be, trained for stuff like this. But the dogs were weirdly well trained, which made me wonder, like, how much was it?
Well, considering how many dogs they had too.
Yeah.
That's a lot to wrangle. I'm sorry, but after I mentioned Look Who's Talking, what a weird movie.
I love that movie.
It's a great movie, but what a weird movie.
It's a weird trilogy.
Oh, I forgot there's a trilogy.
Because there's Look Who's Talking 2, and Look Who's Talking Now from the perspective of the dogs.
With Danny DeVito and...
Oh, I can't remember.
I can't remember who the woman is in that.
I can't remember. I forgot that was Danny DeVito. Are you sure it's Danny DeVito?
I think.
Did they not get Bruce Willis again to do the dog?
No, because he's Mikey.
Oh, yeah, he was. Yeah.
Look Who's Talking Now. God, yeah, what? It's a fucking trilogy. That's crazy. I'm really sorry. Tangent. I really want.
I feel like we're on a
Danny DeVito and Diane Keaton.
Oh wow, yeah. What
the fuck?
That's crazy.
That's wild.
I really don't have much more else to say about the film, honestly. Yeah. There's I feel like it's, worth a watch. I would recommend it. For Amy Adams' performance, though weird. Oh, you know what other there's about body horror is when she pulls the fur out of her fucking back.
I thought that's what you were referring to.
No, she like transforms into a dog in the backyard.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she also slits open her Yeah,
that's what I thought you were talking about. That I didn't really.
Those are two different scenes.
Yes, I know, but the transformation one didn't even register as anything really body horror.
No, but I mean that's the yeah, and then also the nipples.
Yeah, so it's not. I don't think it's happening. Also, I'm sorry. You come home or you come into the bathroom and your wife is covered in mud, taking a shower, and then says, "Oh, I went for a run." You're like, no follow up. You're just gonna have sex. You're not gonna really no. Also, what are these nipples? You know what I mean? So it's I don't know if she actually is turning into a dog or if it really is just this fantasy, this way of her coping. But yeah, useless husband. Not.
But a great growth. That scene at the very, very end where he's like,
I'm in awe.
I'm in awe of you. I was wrong. I didn't see what you were giving up, and kind of because also you can see there's after he takes the kid for that one that you see him once at the dad's apartment, the kid throws the sketty on the ground and he's like, what the fuck happened? Oh, and he's he's not yelling at his son. He's just confused, and you can tell struggling. And then he has that moment with her where he's like, I'm in this apartment
with a bunch of
sad dads. And there's a pool with all of these kids that I don't know, that are all confused, and I'm sad and they're sad. And she's like, I just think about all the sunburnt kids. And he's like, I didn't even think about sunscreen. There's this weird honesty where you can tell he wants to be say, what can I do? What can we do to make this work together? But he needs to let her finish. He needs to have her go through her moments without him.
Well, that's kind of what. Now, I was thinking about this earlier, but I forgot to bring it up. It's kind of so he's always away on business trips and stuff. And when he comes back, why is she giving up the art? Because then once we see that she has a full-on art studio in the garage or whatever, why aren't we taking when he's home? Okay, that's the compromise, and that really I think becomes where it becomes kind of hard to digest it, because it almost becomes if they just were to sit down and have a conversation before the breaking point, like you should in a marriage, then none of this would be happening, which then makes the levity of it feel a little flat.
Yeah.
Because it's she has the means, she has the talent, she just doesn't have the time. Okay, fair, totally, because taking care of a kid full-time is a full-time job, totally understand that. But when he's back, he's in full single dad mode, and he takes care of everything, and you go do the thing, But they just did.
But that wouldn't be the story. That wouldn't give us this narrative, and that wouldn't give us.
Yeah, but you see what I mean. But it makes it feel flat.
Yeah,
then.
It makes it feel contrived.
Once you can fix the problem that easily, you're okay, well, then why are we doing all this?
Because they both seem very, reasonably level-headed people.
Yeah, there's not none of them are drunk, or except for the fact she's turning into a dog, but that's a new development
that we know about.
Yeah, he doesn't know that, but that's a new development.
He's drinking some wine every now and then.
Yeah,
but yeah,
he does not ask any follow-up questions when his wife is covered in mud from going on a run. It's crazy to me. That's crazy to me.
I feel like there was a couple of follow-up questions, but no, I know what you're saying. There wasn't enough.
No. We need to.
What happened?
What happened? All Are you hurt?
Are you okay? What's going on? We need to have a talk, obviously.
Obviously.
I don't really know what kind of score to give this.
Excuse me.
Because, like, a 3 feels too high,
I think a 3.
and a 2.5 feels too low.
A 3. It's good.
Yeah.
It's good.
Sure. Yeah, 3.
Because, I mean, we gave
Yeah.
don't.
Yeah. 4 or 5.
Yeah, it's like this. At the end of the day, what is the message that it's trying to present? Is this?
It's successful with that, but then the watching of it is kind of rough. The pacing of it is rough. But
then at the end you get the catharsis.
And but I don't think it's like rough in a purposeful way.
No,
it's
not like as if that movie's rough and it's supposed to be.
It's very purposeful.
It's supposed to be hard. I say a 3.
Yeah, sure. Okay, 3.
Mm-hmm. Brie Larson to Kevin Hart.
That's a great one. Wait,
What?
no, I thought they were maybe in a movie together. Next week, I don't think. Do I have it in the calendar yet?
Did you want to do that thing that he suggested?
Yeah, actually, no, it's in the calendar already. So yeah.
Let him. What are we doing next week?
Next week we're doing Loving Vincent. We are doing a recommended block from a friend. Our good friend, David Bullis in Spokane, Washington.
Who's actually on he was our first and only guest on the podcast so far.
Yeah.
What did we do? American Fiction.
American Fiction. See, for his wedding. That was his wedding gift.
That was a fun conversation.
It was a great conversation. Yeah. So yeah, next week we'll be doing a block. Seems to be about artists.
Yeah, I'm doing that thing.
Painting.
Not really going in knowing nothing.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll be doing that. And you want to do your little outro?
Yeah. Excuse me. Yep. So follow us on Facebook and Instagram. That's where we put up our promos. On those promos are our link tree. The link tree will take you to where we put all of our stuff. YouTube, Spotify, Apple. Share with a friend. Play along with the game in the comments. And that was episode 283 with a review of Nightbitch, which we gave a 3 out of 5. And yeah, join us next week for
Loving Vincent.
Something
with Vincent. Something about Vincent Van Gogh.
We're going to talk about Vincent Van Gogh.
That's going to be a weird conversation. All right.
Yeah, this is Tommy.
This is Jacob.
This is
Tommy and Jacob's Mixtape.